So how did you get involved with the Polynesian Cultural Center?
My story is a little bit different. I feel like I went a roundabout kind of a way to get back here. But like I welcomed everyone who came to the 60th anniversary in the theater. I said, Waho'i kapiko. Everybody returning to the source. And that's what it was for me. By the time I ended up back here in 2002, I had come back to where I probably should have started. And the reason is because my mother came here as a young girl from Tonga in 1955. She was hanai by an American couple that had served their mission in Tonga for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, who were not able to have children. The Daltons were their names. And so my Papa Dalton became the first biology professor of Church College of Hawaii. And hanai, my mother, brought her here to Hawaii. And so she went to Kahuku High School before she ended up graduating from somewhere else on the continent in Arizona. So I have to say, because of that, the early beginnings with my hanai grandparents who came and brought my mother so early in her life, my mom ends up going with one of the original cast members, who's her cousin, Kalo Mataele Suka. Because they are cousins and were like sisters, she got her started in hula and dancing, not only here, but also in Waikiki for Tavana. And so I have to say, after graduating from high school in Tonga, my dream was to come here. Dance is my first love. It's life, Polynesian dance. My mother, I grew up with her running a Polynesian dance studio in Tonga. But what would you have it? I would end up graduating from Tonga High School and going on a government scholarship to law school in Australia. Whoa. So I kind of went all the way around the world to end up back here. Yeah. End up marrying Walter Tonga, my high school sweetheart. We end up starting our family. We're living on the continent, traveling, working. I worked for a computer network training company, became the director of sales. I had worked my way from account executive all the way up. Then 9/11 happens and I'm living in Colorado at the time. And our company, which was a small ma and pa shop, ends up closing each of their offices one at a time. So I said to Walter, I need to finish school. I need to finish what I started at least. And he said, we should go back to Laie so that our oldest daughter, who was turning 5, could go to Laie Elementary. That was the draw, which at the time didn't make sense because my whole support system was now living in Utah. I could have had all my babysitters. I would have went to University of Utah, but we prayed about it. Got accepted immediately, came to BYU Hawaii, and I needed a job. And I thought, I cannot dance anymore, but maybe the next best thing is to be maybe a musician. So I saw an opening for the promotional team. The promo team at the time needed an MC, applied for the job. And I have to tell you, I realize now, I think in our wisdom, and now that we're a little bit older, I can look back with a clarity and see that. That's why I made that comment in the beginning. Like I had an abundant upbringing because all the things that I was raised with the kind of oratory and Tongan, because that's my first language, has made it so much easier for me to learn the Hawaiian language because I was born in Hawaii, raised away from Hawaii, loving hula so much by my mother. Like all those things, raised by a family where composing and teaching dance is life, being able to do that in this community for the children. Awesome. Like I realized I thought I wanted to be a lawyer, but I'm doing something so much more valuable than that. You know what I mean? Because even though it might not be this world, we trade in currency, in money, but I know that the heart work that to me gives me fulfillment and also the kind of peace that allows me to know what true joy is, all of that is so valuable. It really is at the end of the day, And so I was prepared in a special way to come back to PCC. I have gone and come back a couple of times. I was let go before because we didn't have the budget to keep me on as a full-time MC. I was depressed. For 2 weeks, I didn't leave my house because I loved so much the work that I did. I hosted the luau and basically was sharing the mo'olelo of Hawaii, the place of my birth, with the passion of all of me, which is also Tongan, which is like double, double for me. It's like, and so when I had to not work here, it was very difficult for me, but it was the best thing that could have happened to me because my ohana, the Thompson ohana from town, then swooped me up and took me. And through Tihati Productions, I was able to have so many experiences in my life I wouldn't have had. And so coming back now to PCC, I am so much better for it because of the vast amount of experiences and the number of people that I've met and the things that my family has been blessed to experience, both good and bad, have allowed us to grow as people so that I could hopefully be a little more influential to the people that matter most, which are the people in my household and the people in my community, and then maybe the world at large when they come to us. But the work we do is important where we are. So that's how I ended up back at PCC. And I was sick last week. I felt sick to my stomach, knots. I felt like I was going to throw up, all because my preparation to get to the stage to host it, I just felt not worthy. I didn't feel worthy to welcome all of the people who are the reason I can be here today. And I just didn't know if I would be able to string together the right words to express the gratitude that I felt. Because I knew when they worked here, people weren't coming here. They said we were going to be a flop. They said no one's going to drive all the way out there to see them. You know, I knew when they were working here, we didn't have people like Kamaka Diaz who are going to come and take our story to the world. Like, we were really hoping that the world would come. And so I just felt the mantle of that responsibility to come out and open the show and welcome them home. And I'm so grateful that I have really good friends like Pomaikai Kruger, and I could just jump on and be like, I want to say welcome, but I want to say something more impactful. And because he knows me so well, he said, "Waho'i kapiko," to return to the source. And I've never forgotten that, because him saying that just gave me life so I could get through the subsequent shows. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Mahalo for sharing that.